Okay, so we are going to do the vertical bars, which is a pretty cool one. So in your packet, it is the one on page 5 that looks like this. It says vertical bars. You're going to tabby weave with 2 different colors. It says use two 6-inch needles. I have 3-inch needles. You technically can do this without any needles at all. It is a little bit easier to use with needles, I must admit. And I don't know if 6-inch needles are that much easier to use. I'm going to try it with the smaller ones, and I'll see. I think any needles will work totally fine. And from the example, it is the one that looks like this, so it is a pretty cool effect. To make it more dramatic, I do think that the contrasting colors that are pretty different from each other looks more dramatic, or you can make colors that are closer together that will be a little bit more subtle if you don't want quite such a dramatic effect as that. I picked something not quite as dramatic this time, a little bit closer in color, but they're still quite a bit different than each other. So a pink and a lighter purple, and we'll see how they look. So it's pretty easy. So it's just a single thread, and I've already put it on a needle. And you are just going to tabby weave, and so it's just an over-under. So I'm just going to go over-under, 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 all the way across with one color. And pull that one all the way through. And I cut my strings a little bit shorter just for the demo, so it wasn't quite as much pulling as I normally would have it to start off a weaving. It's probably like 4 or 5 feet compared to 8 feet or so that I would normally use. And leave my little tail hanging. Make sure it's up tight. And then I'm going to take my second color, and I am going to weave in. But I am going to do the opposite right away. So I am going to do, instead of going under again, I'm going to go the opposite directions as to what I was doing before. So it's kind of like pretending I'm using the second thread, or I'm using the purple coming back again, I should say. And I'm pulling that one all the way through. And leaving a little tail for that one. Pushing that one all the way up. Okay, now to make your ends look nice, this is just where I want to be careful. I want to bring my purple string over this pink one when I come around here. Okay, and now, because this one was over, I want to go under, okay? And then I just do the opposite of what is happening with the pink one, and I go across. So basically, all of my purples are going to do the same thing, and all of my pinks are going to do the same thing. So it's pretty much a pattern that you can't screw up if you are doing the same thing all the time with the same color, and if you're doing the same thing all the time with the other color. And you just got to make sure that your threads don't end up knotting with each other. Oops, and be careful about getting that little corner. You don't want your warp thread to pull. And then I'm going to push it up. And see how the pink thread still stays all by itself. And you push that, push that, push that. And now I'm going to take my pink thread, and I am going to do the opposite of what the purple is. So that's going under. So I'm going to go over and under and over and under and over and under and over. And I am just going to keep going. And so all of my pinks are going to show up in a row, and all of my purples are going to show up in a row, and it's not too hard to do. The only thing I think is challenging is just making sure your sides stay nice and straight, and that you keep these nice little tucks happening in there. So just make sure that you're careful as you bring them around. So careful here. I usually hold this thread as I pull in. Oopsies, I went under 2. Oh, see, that's when we make mistakes. I need to pull this thread back through and fix that oopsies. And that's always not the most fun thing in the world, to pull a thread out to fix your mistake, but it's better to do it now than to have something look weird later on. So pull it back out, try it again. So right there, I should have gone over that thread, and I thought I had, but I must have made a mistake. So pull it back, put this on the needle, and I'll just fix this mistake and pull it through. And so put that over. Oops, careful. And hopefully now when I pull it through, I don't have any mistakes. There we go, that looks better. Okay, then I'll push it up nice and tight. Okay, much better. So you can start to see the pattern emerging, and then I would bring my purple one over my pink one on this side and underneath the first thread and bring it over. And as I get going, I will have this nice vertical bars pattern showing up. Okay, so that is your vertical bars. Not too hard.